Mi sentite?
Yes, yes,
Sì,
yes.
la potevo fare in italiano, ma la preferisco fare in inglese per il pubblico
It's
che
okay.
arriva.
So let's welcome Michael, pre-sale
Yes.
engineer at the Drop team and co-leader in the UI Suite initiative. So Michael, you can start with your talk. We are excited to see what you can bring to the table.
Uh-huh. Yes,
Let's
thank
go.
you. Thank you for the warm welcoming. I'm really happy to be here at Spark Fabric. It's a great team. Every time I meet you, it's like a warm welcome. So I'm very glad to be here with you. So yes, I'm Michael Fanini. I'm French. I live in Italy. That's why I can speak in Italian too, but today it will be in English. I work for a French digital company where I am pre-sales. The company is called Drop Team. So my main role is pre-sales, but I'm also a passionate guy about open source, about Drupal. I'm a Drupal contributor. And also I have a nice expertise about design system. And we will talk a lot about that today. So as you said, Brian, I'm also part of a group. I'm the co-leader and co-creator of a community initiative inside the Drupal community, which is called UI Suite. I put some link here. We have a lot of stuff on the internet. We have a website. We have a landing page on the Drupal.org website, also to explain what is UI Suite. And today, I will talk about our current big project, which is called Display Builder, which is a design system native visual builder and universal for Drupal. So today, the main part and the main part of this talk will be a live demo. I prepared a big demo to showcase all the features of this project. But first, before diving into the demo, I want to explain to you a bit what is UI Suite, how it works, and then why we choose to create this project Display Builder before starting the live demos. So what is UI Suite? So before diving in the explanation, I want to present to you some key figure. For me, UI Suite, it's an initiative, but for me, it's also an adventure. It started like 7 years ago with two dear friends of mine, and following the years, the team has grown, and today we are a core team of 6 members. I put the photo down there. And these guys became my close friends because we share this passion for Drupal and for design system. So we have this small group of core contributors of UI Suite, but around us, over the years, we succeed to build a community inside Drupal, like a sub-community. And this sub-community, it's now more than 400 people on Slack, and more than 100 contributors that came and then go away, and then some of them come back again, and the others no. But so we are 6, but many more contributors have contributed to this initiative. And also over the years, which is important to note, is that 3 of our members, one is Pierre. He became over the years one of the 20 core lead of Drupal core. He's also core maintainer of SDC, single directory components. We have Jean, who created the Icon API, which is inside Drupal and is naturally the maintainer of this subsystem. And Florent, like some months ago, became a core maintainer of the asset library subsystem. So we can say that in the story of UI Suite, we became part of the core of Drupal, and in a way, we make Drupal evolve with our vision regarding design system and display building. Some other figures. Inside the initiative, we maintain a lot of projects, 10 main ones, 6 modules. We will talk about that later. 4 Drupal themes. And we have about a total of more than 15,000 installations with all those projects. And last numbers, we do a bit of communication. to make this community, this sub-community grow, it became real with the effort we do on marketing and communication. Each month, we organize a public meeting, which we call the UI Suite monthly meeting. It's public, it's open to everyone who wants to join. We've been to more than 20 events over the years. We have a YouTube channel where we post all the monthly meeting videos and other videos, presentation, etc. And we have a blog website which is connected to the Drupal Planet flow. So, okay, these are numbers, but it doesn't tell us what is UI Suite. First, I want to tell you why we built UI Suite. Everything began with a constatation. The first constatation is that Drupal is a great software. It's a great CMS because you can do so much complicated stuff without producing a single line of code. You can side build so much stuff. You can do content modeling with very deep technical stuff. You can create content types, you can create fields, you can create users, put fields inside user, manage menu items, etc., etc. You can do so much things by clicking inside the back office. Then it's also true when you want to implement business rules. When you want to make query with views, it's possible. When you want to implement complicated permissions, it's possible. When you want to build specific workflow of publication, it's possible by clicking inside the back office and again, without writing a single line of code. But when it comes to design, display, theming, the limitations, you face really quickly the limitations, and you have to produce code really quickly. You have to do like template overrides, pre-processes, and you can also need to write PHP. So it's really difficult to have a site building experience to produce appealing website like you can do, for example, in WordPress, which is a clear competitor of Drupal. So the motivation of UI Suite is to fill this gap, is to make possible the fact that you can click inside the back office and configure and map the design with the data which is in Drupal. So this is the clear motivation of UI Suite, is to empower site builders to manage display and theming. And the initial idea, so it's really the foundation of our philosophy. And the idea is really simple. We have a system, a CMS, Drupal, which has a great architecture, which is really organized, structured. And on the design part, we have design systems. And design systems, they are also really well structured, documented, etc., etc. So a structure and organized design must be something Drupal can understand, use, and leverage. This is the main idea of UI Suite. So let's see now how UI Suite works. So today I want to go fast on the presentation. So I won't deep dive too much on how UI Suite works, what are the advantages, all the gains you can have with UI Suite. Let's say today it's possible to have a design system inside Drupal. We are able to do that. We know how to do that. We do that for 6 years already. So let's just have a quick look of how UI Suite works. And first, let's have a look at what is a design system. So a design system is a system for design, and it's really well organized. And in the design system, you can find many parts. The main parts, the most well-known, the more visible, are the components. But you have many other stuff you can put together to build your display. You can find style utilities, you can find grid and layout systems, you can find animation, transition, icon packs, theme and modes like dark, light, and you can also manage variables that you can run, you can use at runtime. You can change, for example, a primary color to blue to red. And then, last but not least, examples. It's a combination of all these parts that you put together to build example pages you can show to your clients for validation, for example. So now Drupal core has started a mutation since Drupal 10.1 with the creation of single directory components, which make it possible to declare components inside the Drupal theme and then use it directly with the API it generates. And we can say that in the today we are at Drupal 11.3, and in Drupal 11.4 we will have a full Drupal design system native, because we have already the icon API, and we are working hard today to put the style APIs and the token API. And with these 4 parts, we will have a design a CMS which is design system native. So okay, how it works. So on this slide, you see at the left, we have all the design artifacts, the main ones, the components, the grid and layout, icon packs, style utilities, theme, mod, CSS variables. Each of these parts today have is API inside Drupal or in contrib modules. You see there are 2 kinds of blues here. It's a reference to jazz also. There are the dark one is the APIs that are already in Drupal core. For components and layout and grids and layouts, we have SDC. For icon packs, we have the icon API, which was introduced in 11.1. And then style API and token API, we have it already thanks to the modules of the UI Suite ecosystem, UI styles and UI skins. But soon we will translate this API to Drupal core. And then we will have a full dark blue schema here. So these API are generating plugins, one for components, one for icon packs, one for styles, and one for design tokens. And with these plugins, it's easy to write render arrays and use this API. For components, you see here examples. For icon packs also. For styles, we have already worked a lot on the core issue we are working on today. And we are in the process of building this format for design tokens. And these plugins, you can also use it in Twig with the include function for components, with the icon function for icons, and with attributes for styles. And it's in work in progress for the token API. So, okay, that's cool. We have APIs for each part of a design system that Drupal can understand. But it's still like a coding experience. But what we want with UI Suite is having a low-code experience. We want to make site builders capable to use in configuration those artifacts, those design artifacts, and plug them to the Drupal data. So UI Suite is coming in the game with this idea. UI Suite wants to connect design system to the Drupal UI. So at the left, we have the same schema as before. We have the design artifact APIs, which are generating plugins. And in the side of Drupal, when we are looking at display builders, we have also plugins. For block layout, we have block plugins. For layout builder, we have layout plugin. For manage display, field formatter, views plugin, CK editor plugin. But Drupal, it's not possible to understand. The 2 plugins are different. So UI Suite, the goal of UI Suite and the role of UI Suite is to make these connections. And for each connection, we have a module. For components, we have UI patterns, which is doing this translation. For icon packs, we have UI icons. For styles, UI styles. And for design tokens, we have UI skins. And with those modules, you can leverage and you can connect, you can configure the data you want to put in your component, in your icon, etc., etc. So here are some examples. It's like a GIF animated. So with UI pattern, you can use your SDC component inside Layout Builder in a site building experience. With UI style, it's the same. You can use the style API directly in Layout Builder. All your styles are available, and you can use it by configuration. I'm showing Layout Builder, but it's working also for Manage Display, CK Editor, etc., like I explained it before. For UI icons, it's the same. You can use your icons directly in the field API. And for tokens, you can use it at runtime inside the theme settings. You can change at runtime the color of a primary color, for example. So this is a small parenthesis. This is the roadmap of UI Suite. So as I told you before, UI Suite is 7 years old. So we started UI Suite 1.0 in end 2019. We had like a partial scope of all design artifacts you can find in the design system. We were targeting at the time components with UI pattern version 1, layout and grid system with layout options, styles with UI style, and example pages with examples. And then during 2022, we created UI skin, and we had like close to a complete scope. And then in 2025, we created UI Suite 2. We created the icon API inside Drupal core. We connected it with UI icons. And we also created UI pattern 2 on top of SDC, on top of these APIs which are in Drupal core. And we are working hard at the beginning of this year to translate style declaration and token skins declaration inside the core of Drupal. So it's like a big year for us. It's the end of the road to make Drupal the first design system native CMS in the market. So, okay. Now let's talk about Display Builder, which is the last piece of our puzzle. Why it is the last piece of our puzzle? So, as I told you, UI Suite is connecting design system APIs to Display Builder APIs, plugins to plugins. But still, it's hard for Display Builder. And the main reason is that there are so much a way to build a display in Drupal. If you want to build a page layout, you have to go to block layout. If you want to build the views, you have to go to views. If you want to build an entity display, you have to go to layout builder. If you want to override layout builder, layout build with layout builder, you have to do layout builder overrides. So this is a really fragmented experience. And sometimes it could be hard when you are not experienced. So today, Display Builder come to the rescue to solve this issue. So let's go back to the schema I showed you before. So we have the UI Suite module which connects plugins to plugins. But now we don't want that. We don't want to have all these display builders to go in many places to manage the full layout of a website. What we want a tool, universal, which can use directly all the plugins that are translated by our suite of modules. And this is Display Builder. It's a new generation, next generation, modern, universal visual builder for Drupal. And it's built on top of HTMX, which has been brought to Drupal 11.3 like a month ago. And thanks to Display Builder, we have a universal way of building the display. We have one tool to rule them all. So now let's go to the live demo. So I prepared like a full scope of all the main features of Display Builder. So in this demo, there are 7 parts. First, we will target how to manage a page layout. Then how to manage profiles of this new tool, Display Builder. You will see. It's really, really cool. Then I will show you how natural is it to migrate from layout builder to display builder. Then I will showcase pattern preset, how to save like a big section, for example, and reuse it in other contexts. Then we will showcase the entity overrides, then views, and then at the end, if we have time, I will show you that we implemented real-time collaboration inside this tool. So let's go. I will thank you at the end. So, okay, so I prepared like a really simple Drupal 11.3 website where is installed the full UI Suite modules. And I'm using for this demo a Drupal theme that I am maintainer, which is called UI Suite Daisy UI, which package the design system, which is called Daisy UI. It's an open source design system that is built with Tailwind. And here I will show you the theme already packaged the whole design system, and Drupal, with all the UI Suite module, understand this package. And it generates a component library where you can see all the components that are integrated. There is a big list of very cool components. Like you can find a card, button, carousel, etc., etc. It's like classical stuff. We have also the style library. We declare some a full set of foundations. So here it's like basic stuff like background color, text color, border radius, box shadow, etc., spacings, typographies. And also we have like the icons API. So we have 4 icon packs which are coming from the Tailwind ecosystem, and these icon packs come from a library which is called Arrow Icons. And in the library, you can play with these icons which are configurable. For example, here, I put accent color. I can play with the size. Okay, so that's nice. So this is in Drupal. Drupal understands it, and then we can use it. So first, I will showcase how to manage the page layouts. And before showing you how to manage it, let's go to this old school screen, which every Drupaler know. It's like 10, 15 years old. It's the block layout. And today, when you don't have display builder, it's the only way you can manage your page layout. So here you find your regions, and in your regions, you put your blocks. And then for your blocks, you say, okay, these blocks, I want it on these content types, but I don't want it for these users. And you have to do it for each of your blocks. So the user experience is really poor. And it's where the page layout of Display Builder is coming to the rescue. So let's head to page layout. And let's create one. The first page layout of this raw Drupal website. So let's create a page layout for user pages. Here we select a profile. Here I have only one profile, which is default. I will show you just after how to manage profiles and how to have many profiles. So here, this page layout, I want it available only for user. So here you see the page layout is implementing the condition plugin of Drupal. It's like classical stuff. And here you can say, okay, this page layout, I want it for this page, for this user role, for this content type, etc. It's like classical stuff. So let's save it, okay? And then let's build the display. So here we enter inside Display Builder. So we have this the top bar here, where we can switch from a preview builder. We have many type of view. We have the preview builder, we have the layers one, we can see the logs, and we can also see a preview. Okay, let's put layers. And here, when I click on library, I have a left panel which appears, where here I see I have all the components which Drupal understand, which comes from the Drupal theme, the UI Suite Daisy UI, the implementation of Daisy UI. Then I can also use the blocks of Drupal, all the blocks that we showed before in the block layout, and preset will see it after. So here, let's create a page layout for these user pages. So for the demo, we want to pick the navbar. Okay, let's drag and drop. So you see, it's modern. It's like a modern experience. We want a display builder to be able to drag and drop. And let's put a grid one region here. And let's say this grid, okay, I want to put a style, like I want a container LG. Okay. Let's close it. And then let's drag what we want to put inside the slot of our components. So in the start slot of my navbar, I want a site branding. I want also the user account. Oh, okay. And in my grid one, I want to put, I don't know, the page title. I want to put the tabs. I want to put main content. And I don't know, powered by Drupal. Oh, let's put it at the bottom. And then I don't want this stuff. So here I right click, and you see I can copy, I can duplicate, I can save as preset, but we will see it after. So I don't want all this stuff. So I remove it. Okay. I have a problem with the doc. So let's keep it. Okay. I don't see the delete button with the dock of my Mac. Okay, let's publish it. And then let's go to my user page here. Okay. So I see it. Okay. I didn't show you, but if I click on site branding, I have access to all the config as in the block layout of my block. So I don't want the site logo, for example. Let's publish, and the logo disappear. And if I go if I go back to another page, which is not a user page, here you see it's different, but we cannot see it clearly. So let's put some styles on the navbar. So let's say I want a background color, accent, okay. I want a text color, access content. I want to put some shadow, okay, and okay, that's it. So when I come back here, my styles are applied, and when I go back on the home page, the fallback, as there is no page layout for the home page and other page than user pages, there is a fallback to the page.html.twig, which is declared in my theme. But you will understand it quickly. With this feature, we don't need anymore all this template override. We don't need html.html.twig. We don't need page.html.twig. And we have a powerful way to manage the display of all type of pages we want to manage inside the Drupal site. So this is cool. Me, I find it cool. I hope you too. So now, second part of the demo, we will go and configure what we call profiles. So let's head to Display Builder here. And here you see there is the default profile that I choose for the page layout, but we can create unlimited versions, unlimited profiles for our Display Builder. And you can see it as a way to build your Display Builder. You can configure your Display Builder to target specific user. For example, the default one, it was very complete. There was a lot of stuff, and it's cool for site builders. But let's say you want to make it available for a marketer. The marketer, maybe he don't want to have all this complicated stuff. Maybe he wants a more lighter version of the display builder. And here you can configure every part you can find inside the display builder. So we have the left panel, we have the right panel, we have the navbar, we have also the right click, and all these parts are called, we introduce a concept inside Display Builder, which is called island, and island is a plugin, which means that all this part, if you want, you can extend it by using this plugin, but also you can configure it very like with a fine grain. So you see here, I can check and uncheck all the panel. For example, here, what I want to do, for example, maybe I don't want all these blocks, for example, for marketers. Okay, I want only views blocks. So I can fine grain the availability of each part of the display builder. And also I can do the same for component. I want only the UI Suite Daisy UI components. And let's say maybe I don't want the group tab, and I don't want the variant tab. I want only the mosaic. Okay. So if I go back to my page layout, here, I will edit it, and I will choose this new profile marketer. And when I go back to the build display, I have, for example, in library components, I don't have the tabs, grouped, variants. I only have the mosaic here. So every stuff is configurable, even the right click also. So this is pretty cool. So let me check the scenario of the demo. So now we will talk about the migration from layout builder to display builder, which is like it's like a big one, because a lot of sites are using layout builder, and an issue could be, okay, display builder is cool, but is it working? Like, is it easy to migrate from layout builder? So I already prepared a layout for article. So let's head to content type here. Let's go to manage display here, article. So you see here, I already built a display. I use as a section the card, and in each slot, I put the image, the title, the body, and tags here. So if we go to a content, like Note 2, for example, you see it's a card. You have the image, title, body, and the tags, which are rendered with the batch component. Okay, so let's go back to the manage display, and let's activate display builder with the default profile. Okay, I save. So now you see we have layout builder and display builder. Display builder is taking the priority over the top of layout builder. And when I go to display builder, you see that everything is already imported. I already have my card with the image field inside the slot image, title in title, body in message, and the tags in the action slot. And you see in the logs that there is an initialization of display builder which comes from layout builder. And then here, I can continue my work. I built something in layout builder, but now display builder is taking the priority, and then I can start from here. And let's say, for example, I want accent color. Okay, I publish. I don't know. Okay, accent color. Okay. If I go here, you see, I publish. And when I go back to my content, it's working. And you see here, if I go outside, I turn back to layout builder. I resave. You see, it's gray. It's the initial background color. If I save and I go back to display builder, you see here, it's gray again. And when you go to the logs, you see that there is automatic import from layout builder. Okay, so then I publish, and it's gray again. So it's wonderful. So let's go back here, and then I will show you the preset feature. So let's say I want to, for example, I will add like a grid one region here. I say, for example, I want like, I don't know, a small container here, XS. And inside, I want to put an alert. And inside this alert, let's duplicate. I will show you two stuff. You see, I right-click, I duplicate the component here. It came over the top. Let's put it below the card. And in the first alert, I will put like, I don't know, stuff coming from the content type, like a title here, in title. And I will put the body inside the message in the first alert. And in the second one, I will pick some like transversal blocks. Like I will put like the side, I don't know, powered by Drupal in the title. And I don't know, site branding, for example. And let's say the site branding, I only want the site name. Okay. So let's publish. So you see here, I have the two alerts. Let's pick, for example, something like more visual. Let's take a variant info. And here, I will pick the success. Okay, let's publish. Okay, here. Okay. And let's save those pre-built, like these molecules as preset. So the first one is like alert with content type field. Content type field, okay. And this one, I will save the preset like an alert with Drupal blocks. Okay. Then if I go up here in preset, you see there are stuff that are already pre-built. So if I grab this one and I put it here, okay, I publish. Okay, so it's like I save like a pre-built stuff and I can reuse it as many times as I want. And then let's go back to page layout, because this preset, you can use it in other contexts. And depending on what is inside this preset, the context will know which preset it can use or not. So let's head back to the page layout. So we were in a content type, and now we go back to a page layout. And when we go to preset here, there is no preset because it's the marketer profile. So let's do default, okay. Let's build the display. And you see here in the preset, there are the two presets, but only one. Only one because the alert where we put fields from the content types, you cannot use it inside the context of the page layout because there is no title field, there is no body field. And then if I put it here, sorry, I have to put it in the gray area. Okay, I publish. And when I go back here, I have this. I have the preset I reused. So okay. So I hope you are enjoying. Me, I found it's really, really cool. So now the fifth part of the demo is the entity overrides. So as you know, in Layout Builder, when you build a layout, you can also activate content override. It's a way you can override the layout of a content type inside a node, for example, to add like a block, add something, other stuff, or different configuration. And we have it also in Display Builder. So let's use it in Display Builder. So here, Display Builder is activated on the article content type. I already prepared UI pattern fields, which is storing the overrides for the nodes. So I will grab the full display field I already created, and I save. And when I go to my node here, let's turn back to the node we were working on. Here, you can see here, there is the edit tab, but there is this new tab, default display. And when you click, you are in Display Builder and you can override the display. Let's say, for example, I don't want to have this alert. So I remove everything. I still the grid one. Okay, let's remove everything. Let's publish. And when I go to my content, I don't have the alert anymore. And if I go to the other content, which is node one, the override is working. So that's great. We are doing the same as Layout Builder. But we can do more than that. And this is the crazy part. It was like mind-blowing when I saw that. So as Layout Builder, we can do it for the full display, but it's also possible for all the view modes. So let's do it for teaser. So here you see, teaser is already prepared. I already did like a layout with Layout Builder. I migrated it to Display Builder, and I also created a field teaser display for the teaser. And here, let's activate it. Okay. And let's go back to my node here. Let's go back to the node 2. You see here? Okay. Grazie. So you see here, we had display full, but now we have display and we can pick default display and teaser display. And you see here, you can override all the view modes. And that's the crazy part. That's really the crazy part. Let's do that. And we only change the color of my card. Let's put accent, publish, and let's go on the home page, and you see I have done an override for a view mode. That's crazy. I like it so much when I see it. So, okay, this is for entity overrides. Now, let's head to views. So let's create a view. Create a view for articles. Okay, I add a view. What did I do? Articles, okay. I want content. I want to display articles, okay. I want to create a page. Okay, that's cool. So I think every Drupaler knows that screen. It's like two tools at one time. It's a query builder to do query in the database to publish list, but it's also a display builder with the format here and show. But now with display builder, we can activate it. So let's activate it. Let's use the default profile again. Let's save it. Let's go here and let's build the display. And here you see we have all the parts of a view which are available to be built. So we have the header, expose filter, attachment, the rows, pager, etc., etc. So let's do a quick example. So let's take like a component, 2-column grid. Okay. Let's say we have again a container LG. Okay. And I don't know, let's put like you see when I go to blocks, I'm in the context of a view, so I can pick every stuff that is in the context of a view. Let's put the title of the view in the first column. Let's put, I don't know, maybe the pager. Okay. And in the second column, let's pick the view rows. Okay. And let's delete everything. Okay, let's publish. Going out, we use the teaser display, which is already configured. And then let's go to article pages. And you see here, we have the two columns with the title, the pager, and the view rows, which display the teaser view mode of the articles. So that's great. We have a universal tool where you can build everything, every display inside a single tool. So that's really great. And now to finish, I want to show you, I hope it will do the wow effect. I will show you the feature of real-time collaboration. So I already prepared two browsers. I have two different users, the admin one and me, Michael. Let's do that. And then what we are going to do is we are going to, in the display builder profile, I don't know, the default one. Let's grab this one. Let's activate the real-time collaboration feature. Okay. Let's save it and let's head to the page layout. Okay, and let's do the same here. Structure, page layout. Build the display. Let's hide the bar. Okay, let's go to the builder here. And you see, for example, let's go to layers, maybe here. Okay, and let's move the bonding to the center. And you see here, directly, automatically, there is the refresh on the other side, and you see that the real-time collaboration is already activated. So let's put the sidebar again. Okay, and you see directly here that we are collaborating with two users on the same display. And what's really interesting is going to the logs here, and you see all the actions I made from the beginning of the show. And now that I am collaborating, you see in the logs that you see the the modification made by admin and Michael, the second user. And this is possible thanks to HTMX. So, okay, so now the demo is finished. I hope you enjoyed. And I'm going to say to you, thank you for your attention. Thank you very much.
Ottimo. Complimenti Michael, un ottimo talk. Intanto vediamo dalla chat che sono arrivate un sacco di saluti, quindi salutiamo il pubblico. Intanto Michael, non ho capito, scusami.
Posso venire con te? Sì.
Assolutamente, devi, ti aspettiamo.
Arrivo.
Ok, mentre aspettiamo Michael, intanto appunto salutiamo la chat, visto che un sacco di persone hanno joinato la live, visto che ci sono anche delle domande, quindi poi vi ricordiamo che alla fine voi continuate pure con le domande, perché tanto alla fine appunto c'è la sessione di QA. E adesso a breve partiremo con appunto dopo questo piccolo intermezzo con Michael. Guarda, c'è già una domanda.
Sono arrivato.
Ok. Come si integrano i progetti esistenti, ci chiedono?
Si integrano bene. Come vi ho fatto vedere, per esempio, se usate Layout Builder, devo rispondere in italiano o in inglese?
Sì, in italiano.
Sì. Come vi ho fatto vedere, per esempio, se usate molto Layout Builder, è naturale la migrazione tra Layout Builder e Display Builder. So, dipende dall'uso che fate di Drupal.
Ok, perfetto. Beh, intanto se poi in caso sono necessari chiarimenti, rilanciate pure le domande. Comunque appunto il talk fantastico, tra l'altro è incredibile vedere come Drupal sia sempre flessibile sotto ogni punto di vista. Ma io mi chiedevo, la parte di blocchi e paragrafi all'interno del builder, nel senso è già utilizzabile, è già disponibile?
No, non è disponibile, ma è una cosa molto importante per noi, perché come può darsi l'avete capito, UI Suite è fatto per i site builders, ma ho difficoltà
Vai in
a fare
inglese, vai in inglese.
italiano, no,
Vai in
lo
inglese.
switch è difficile, ma lo faccio in italiano. Ma secondo noi è molto importante che noi integriamo il fatto di poter creare contenuti, landing page, e non solo fare collegamento tra APIs to APIs. Quindi è già nella roadmap di poter usare paragraphs che sono già, perché è un ecosistema enorme, sono, non lo so, 200.000 siti, quindi per noi è molto importante integrare paragraph e anche i block type, content blocks, quindi è nella roadmap.
È nella
sì,
roadmap.
sì.
Ok, perfetto. Va bene, intanto prima di passare al prossimo talk, come al solito vi ricordo le soliti reminder di rito, quindi iscrivetevi e attivate le notifiche per rimanere aggiornati sui futuri eventi, anche perché lunedì apriranno le iscrizioni per il prossimo Drupal Camp, quindi l'edizione del 2026, sia il call for papers che appunto quella per gli sponsor, oltre che i ticket. E appunto nelle slide che stiamo proiettando c'è anche l'elenco degli eventi Drupal che possiamo trovare in Europa. Ovviamente Drupal, essendo completamente community centrico, è importante partecipare oltre che contribuire, che fa parte della contribuzione. E appunto il Drupal Camp all'organizzazione partecipa anche Spark Fabric, perché siamo sempre stati sostenitori di questo tipo di iniziative. E appunto direi che possiamo passare al prossimo talk. Come sempre vi ricordo le domande, mi raccomando in chat, perché alla fine ci sarà la solita sessione interattiva di domande. Quindi diamo il benvenuto a Luca Lusso, il prossimo speaker, come al solito sempre in pole position, di developer del nostro Drupal team.